Ladies and gentlemen, like you can see, it's overcast again, but we got some mist in the landscape, so I hope I can find some cool compositions with the mist and the overcast weather. One of my apps was telling me it's going to be in sunny interval morning, but the other one was like, nope, it's going to be overcast, but there's a chance of a little bit of mist. So at least we got the mist. And I've found my first composition of the day. I only brought one lens. And the only lens that I brought today is my new Tamron 100-400mm lens. For the people who are following me for a while, you know my Tamron 70-300 was broken, so I had to search for another tele lens, and I found this one second hand, so it's a used one, because it's a difficult time for everybody. So if you can save a little bit of money, we're doing that. Today we're gonna just test out this lens and see how it performs in some nice misty conditions. And for my first photo with the tele lens today, because in last week's video I already took a few photos with the tele lens, maybe you saw it, maybe not. For this first shot I'm photographing a piece of the landscape, so I don't think you can call it landscape photography, but maybe you can call it nature photography. I'm photographing a big tree branch that's lying onto the ground, and on the left side of it we got a bigger tree, so I'm using the trunk of this tree and that branch to create the natural frame around this composition. And with the mist in the background of this picture, it's really nice. So it's a very moody, atmospheric composition, this one. This is what I'm seeing through the lens. That beautiful branch, the tree covering it, making our natural frame. And then I need to get rid of this piece of pine tree that's coming into the frame, because it's just there creeping into the frame, and it's not adding extra to this composition. So in post-processing I will get rid of it. But for now the settings are 20th of a second, 5.6 f5.6, ISO 100 at 200mm with the Tamron 100-400. I've used the mirror up mode on the camera, because if I just did the timer there was a little bit of shakiness in the frame, because I'm shooting with a low shutter speed. With tele lenses it's always a little bit difficult to get a sharp image when you're zooming out, because every single motion in the lens you will notice it in a picture. So that's why the mirror up mode. It's not my first time photographing at this place. It's called the Kanthalse, but it's the first time that I'm walking this route. And now with the mist here in this forest, it really looks like I'm walking through the enchanted forest out of some movies or something. Maybe I will see a witch. I really like the vibe that's going on here, but I really have to look out to find compositions with the tele lens, because it's not gonna be that easy to find compositions here in this forest. If you brought only your tele lens on a shooting day, would you be able to photograph your pictures only with the tele lens, or would you also need your wide angle lenses? Because a lot of time photography is associated with wide angle lenses and capturing the vast views of the landscapes. But that's a cool thing about tele lenses. You can photograph a small piece out of the landscape and make it really stand out. And that's what I'm going to try to do here right now is make a small piece out of the landscape stand out. The cool thing about the Tamron 100-400 is you get a stabilization mode, especially for like sport photographers. When you're panning, it will stabilize that image and you can shoot sports photography, or maybe for wildlife photography. If you're tracking a horse or something that's running into the wild, you can track that animal and your images are stabilized with this lens. So that's a super cool thing to have, although I'm not a wildlife photographer. The cool thing with tele lenses is when you're zooming in into the landscape and you're focused on your subject, everything in the back and also in the front, it will get compressed and it will be super soft, so your subject is really standing out from the environment that it's standing in. So you can be at a very ugly location, but if you zoom in and you compress the background, it can be a very beautiful picture. I'm photographing a very young pine tree in this landscape here, and it's just in front of a big older pine tree, and in the front we have a pine tree that's going crooked to the left, and I'm focused on that small pine tree and I'm compressing the background because it's a little bit cluttered. But now that the background is so compressed, it's super soft and my small pine tree is standing out from the environment. And although you get that bigger pine tree in the front that's going from the middle in the picture to the left, and it's like it's going out of the way for this little pine tree. I don't know what I'm saying, I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, so using tele lenses, they compress stuff. It's super nice. So I hope you enjoyed this photo. Trying to photograph a composition here with the tele lens, and in real life this composition is giving me some Jurassic Park feelings. I don't know, the vibe is so cool with the mist, and then the pine trees in the back, and also here in the front we got some yellow grasses and some younger pine trees. I'm struggling a little bit because I'm at 100mm taking this picture, but it still feels like I'm a little bit too far away. But if I go backwards, these branches here of this pine tree in the front, they come into the frame, so I have to get a little bit closer. But then again, I have the feeling I'm too close, and I've tried to shoot it in portrait orientation, and I'm also shot it in landscape orientation, and I like the two photos, but I cannot get that feeling, that Jurassic Park feeling into this picture. So first I was thinking I'm not gonna show you guys this photo, but then again, it's also the struggles of landscape photography that we sometimes get, that we see something and we want to capture it, but we can't capture it like we see it in real life. So that's sometimes it's very difficult. I was looking at it like 5 minutes and I was searching for that good composition. I was like, yeah, it's really cool, but no, in the camera it doesn't look right. So I'm just gonna show you the pictures. Tell me what you think. Do you think this piece here, this small piece here, has some Jurassic Park feelings or not, the vibes? And then with the photos, put it in the comments down below what your thoughts are. If you're liking the content that I'm making, please subscribe and like, and watch the video till the end. That's the most important for the YouTube algorithm, so that they know you like it. photographing with a telelens also comes with difficulties. Like I'm doing right now, I'm more in this open space, but now with the fog is a little bit thicker than this morning even, and now it's a little bit difficult to use a telelens, because when we're zooming further into the landscape, the fog is so thick that our subjects are getting really soft, and it looks like they're a little bit out of focus, or they're not clear enough. So I'm trying to shoot a very minimalistic composition right now, because with the fog everything is white. So I'm shooting a birch tree that is standing a little bit alone. I had to search for my composition a little bit, move around a little bit from other trees, so they're not coming into the composition, so it doesn't look weird. But it's super minimalistic. The tree, the fog, some yellowish grass in the foreground, and photographing at f5, 500th of a second at ISO 200. So for this composition, it's a weird angle. I'm gonna put you a little bit down. So for this composition, I've overexposed a little bit, because with the mist in the landscape, it looked way nicer when the whites of the mist was really white. First I was shooting at a normal exposure, but then it was a little bit gray. So I thought maybe it's more interesting to photograph it a little bit more whiter or more lit up. And now with doing that and overexposing a little bit, the tree, around the tree, it's like a little bit of a glow. The branches are getting soft a little bit in the mist. And then just with the yellowish grasses in the front and the tree, it's just perfect. Super minimalistic. The tree is on the left side, and that's it. Super clean, super simple. It's the end of the video. I did a little bit of a lie in the beginning of this video. I got all my lenses in my backpack. It was a challenge to only photograph with the Tamron 100-400 to make a little bit of a fun video and see if we can photograph landscapes with just only a tele lens. And we did. Thank you for watching. I want to see you in the next video. YouTube thinks you like this video, so click on it and go watch it.